Bill Fancher, Ed Van Ness. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT. 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
They're real and they're spectacular.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Well, good morning, kids and kittens, from the abandoned Radio Shack in the shadow of the former Radio TFI Executive Tower. You found just killing time on the Radio TFI streaming networks. I'm Ed. These guys are Bill and John. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today? Great. It's April 27th, 2025. Apparently, I've caught them both by surprise to answer the question. I'll try it again. Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? I can't hear them. How you doing today? Try it again. Can't hear John. John's muted himself.
I'm go mute yourself.
Yeah, go on outside and go mute yourself.
You go mute yourself.
Yeah.
Go play hide and go.
All right.
Mute yourself.
That's the one I was looking for. Thank you very much. It is not Easter Sunday. We managed to get through a religious holiday. Not without killing a pope, though.
I did too, man.
We killed a pope. We done killed us a pope last week, or I should say J.D. Vance did, and I've got questions, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes, sir.
We'll get into all of that and talk about whatever it is we're going to talk about today here on the big program, Just Killing Time. Thanks again for joining us. If you're watching us, thank you. You can comment. Phone lines are down again this week because we don't know what's going on with the phones. The bills are paid. Well, kind of. We may have to install that payphone in here to to get phone calls in and
It's
out.
the tariffs.
It's the tariffs. That's what it is. It's killing us, man. It's killing us.
Yeah, from Canada.
If you're watching us on the YouTube or the Faceplant or the Face or X Twitter, I know you can comment on Faceplant and YouTube. Do that. We'll reply back. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have everybody come over to YouTube, like and subscribe. Catch us there. It's a much better experience. We'd love to have you here.
Speak for yourself.
Somebody has put up the bat signal. What is it, Bill? What is
breaking
it, Bill?
up, man.
Well,
breaking up, man.
Okay. Let me know. Am I still breaking up?
And apparently, I'm podcast.
All right. John, am I coming through for you?
No,
okay.
That's better, man. I hear you.
Nope. Okay. All right. Well, Bill's just going to keep going there. Well, we've tried to explain to Bill pre-show that he was having some issues, and moving on. Well, let's let John play with his phone a little bit here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We ain't got nothing but a radio show to do.
Hey,
And
what can I say?
We've lost Bill for the moment, but I believe he's just going to reboot. So let's it is Sunday, April 27th. We are 1 week past Easter. Jesus is risen from the dead after a 3-day blast. But very quickly, let's go over the stock report for this week, the Radio TFI Market Watch. Now, these are numbers going over 2 weeks, the last time we were here live, 2 weeks since. Uber closed this week at $77.75, up $5.47 from 2 weeks ago. Lyft closed this week. Lyft closed this week at $12.21, up $1.18 from 2 weeks ago. Tesla closed this week at $284.95, up $32.71. Everybody's made gains in the past couple of weeks. And the Trumpster closed at $26.14, up $7.25. By the way, if anybody's interested, my 401k has bounced back nicely. Thank you very much. In the past 2 weeks, I picked up $832.
What'd you say? The check you wrote against it bounced?
Did I say that? Did I
All
say
I
that?
heard was bounced.
Bounced back. Bounced back.
Oh,
Everything.
okay.
Everybody's bounced back. So yeah, so the Pope has died. No suspects that we're aware of. Just like the Queen, we still haven't solved the Queen's murder. And it looks like Bill's going to be having a lot of problems today. Not yet. Bill, here's what I'd like you to do, my friend, because we love doing this. Bill, I'd like you to reboot your computer completely, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. I don't think he heard me, but that's okay. That's okay. And then John and I will go on from here. Let's see. Yeah, so they buried the Pope yesterday. It was very, very, very strange. I think everybody feels the same way, that he was out and about last Easter Sunday, and the next day he's gone, dead, dead.
I haven't seen a body in a casket, open casket, since my mother died. So, and that was
Really,
yeah,
really. You've led a blessed life, then, my friend.
yeah. I don't do funerals very well.
I completely agree with you. I'm not a fan of them myself. I've seen both I couldn't get within 10 feet of my mother's casket at her
Yeah,
wake.
that's
It
understandable.
just wasn't for me. But so I guess now we get into the fun part, where we take a bunch of men in dresses, lock them in a room, and see if we can't come up with a leader.
They called in the St. Louis Cardinals, and
They did, every one of them. Every one of them. They even dragged Stan Musial's old ass out. His head and his body. But yeah,
and Dizzy Dean.
and Dizzy and his brother Daffy too. Or Daz. I forget what his brother's name was. It was something like that. It was all right, ladies and gentlemen. We have Bill Fancher back here momentarily. There he is. Hello, Bill.
This is exactly why you don't smoke weed before the show.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. Last week was 420. Last week was 420, not today. Okay. So, Bill, we're talking about the Pope dying.
And the ham wasn't the only thing that was baked, man.
Yeah, man. So we're talking about the Pope dying, and we'd like to know, where were you last week? All right, we have a little comment here from Steve at Rideshare Rodeo. Hey, Steve, how you doing, pal?
I was big.
I had the honor and the privilege of joining Steve and his panel the other night. They were having a little discussion about dash cams, and I put my 2 cents in there, and they were kind enough to, unlike this show, they let me talk.
Did they make change for you?
What?
You gave them your 2 cents. Did they make change for you?
Yeah. No, they actually let me speak without cutting me off. It was wonderful. It was so weird.
I have to talk to him about that. He did in the comment. He said, "What's Ed John Bill?"
And if you look at the next comment, he puts up. He forgot to.
I did not see up on that.
He corrected himself, and that's why I'm steering the ship.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Now it's all coming together for you, isn't it?
Ah, I see. I was reading the original comment.
Well, that'll learn you. That'll learn you. Don't do that. And again, thanks again, Steve. I appreciate it for allowing me to join you the other night. It was a very, very interesting conversation you guys were having. I was starting to tell these guys in Colorado, their Uber is they're considering having the Uber and Lyft cars have cameras in the car, and of course, Uber's throwing their little temper tantrum. Oh, we're gonna leave. They're not gonna leave. They never leave. They never leave. Not without
Never,
plans on coming back.
never left Minneapolis like they wanted to.
Uh, they they left Broward County, but not before they made everybody believe that Broward County booted them out. They left on their own because they weren't getting their way. This was before they had statewide representation and a lot of these things, and it was county by county. Yes, Bill, it was very much. Where were you when I needed you years ago, Bill, during the Uber fight? Where were you?
I was out killing a pope, man.
You want to fess up to the queen?
Don't
too,
tell
while you're at
nobody.
it?
Don't tell nobody. Well, that was ancillary. That was ancillary.
Well, with Vance, though, you see, I saw those when I looked in the back area. There were in the what do they call that? Where the Pope sits in the, I don't
The
know. He's
altar?
sitting.
The
No.
altar?
No. It's, I don't know. Anyways, there was this beautiful
The
red
papal
couch.
throne.
There was a beautiful red couch there. And I'm thinking to
Mhm.
myself, they say Vance is coming to this, coming to see the Pope before he passes away. I thought you better keep your eyes on that couch.
The Pope
Wow.
mobile.
The Pope Mobile.
Oh, that's true. So and they had to put some slip covers over that thing.
You guys are horrible. You're not wrong, you're just horrible.
I make a
Oh,
habit.
by the
of
way, did you see the picture of Trump at the funeral?
Well, with the beautiful blue suit and the sea of black suits? Or the one with him sleeping?
And dead ass asleep.
Yeah, dead ass asleep. And when he wasn't doing that, he was on his phone and blah, 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 blah. And I think we had another fake Melania sighting.
Can he possibly do anything more to make this friggin' country look stupid?
Oh, yeah, you're underselling him here. He's got a lot more in him.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
was
question about
trying to
it.
be nice.
Well, why start now? Why start now? You were doing
don't do it
fine.
on
True.
my account.
Well,
I didn't want to use the naughty words.
yeah, again, we prefer you don't use the naughty words, but since the budget is so tight now, we don't have our admonition buttons and admonishment buttons. We don't have those anymore. Again,
That
I
one
don't-
too.
Again, we're operating out of an abandoned Radio Shack in the shadow of and Steve says, Bill, shh, you could do a lot more bed. Hey, Steve, wake
Yes, he
up. It ain't
could.
over yet. We're barely 100 days in
That's
now.
for damn sure.
Barely 100 days in.
I don't
You
think
think you got problems
we
that-
haven't hit 100 yet.
We're right there. We're screeching up to it. Well, if Rachel Maddow is still on the air, then we haven't hit 100 yet. That's the indicator.
That's exactly right.
Actually, she did get out of the 100 mode.
What, is she going to stay longer?
No,
or
not till
earn
next
more money?
week.
Was it next week, Bill?
Yeah, I think actually Wednesday
I
is
know.
the 100-day mark.
Well,
He,
I mean,
go ahead, Ed.
no, you go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Well, I know that she made an announcement of some kind about it.
Yeah, when
Well,
she
I
started.
No. I'm talking about here. May 2nd
May
is
6th.
100
May
days.
That would be
Thanks.
Friday.
Thanks, Steve.
See, between the three of us, we're useless. We need
Okay,
help
so
from
she's
the
got another
outside.
whole week yet.
Yes, another whole week. And then my brother's birthday is the 3rd, but that's neither here nor there. And then Cinco de Mayo just a couple of days after that. So it's a full week coming up. It's a full week.
Help!
Bill's never going to understand that him yelling and screaming like that just blast out all the audio and he doesn't get hurt anyway. But one of these days. There you go. I say stop and they hit the gas. So tell me, boys, how was your week?
My week was fine.
Jesus. Amazing how I can shut them up with a question.
It didn't have anything to do with Jesus.
No, you can just call me Bill.
Look, Jesus came back after 3 days dead. You guys can't remember what you did for the past 5 days? Or 2 weeks, actually. Actually, we've been off for 2 weeks, and I thought you guys would be all revved up and ready to go and ready to
So this is day 3 of this shit?
this is days 3. Yeah. I picked up something off the interweb.
All your friends, they're losers.
There we go. There we go. See, I wanted to talk about something. Now I got him going. Now I got him. So I picked up something off the interweb. I think is very interesting. Dear U.S. citizens, whatever you wish more German citizens would have done in 1933, do that now.
Huh?
Whatever you wish
Yeah,
German
boy.
citizens had done in 1933 before the rise of Hitler, do it now. In other words, get off our dead asses and stop all this nonsense.
Oh,
Just
believe me,
stop
it's getting there. If you look at all Trump's polling, he ain't got enough pole to dance on.
No. I agree with you. And as we've said numerous times, both here on the air and in private conversations, it's just a question of making it to the 2-year mark.
Well, here, like they said, Trump draws crowds. I have proof.
Ha! Told ya. About what? Trump really does pull historic crowds. I knew it. What was it? Another rally? It was more like a worldwide screw you with clever signs. Wait, what? The April 5th hands-off protests. Over 1,300 rallies. Every single state. Millions of people worldwide. All against him? Against him, Musk, and every other wannabe in a red hat. But I didn't see this on the news. Of course not. 90% of the protesters were white. No one to demonize. Huh? If people of color had shown up in those numbers, the story would be violent mobs threatening America. That's not true. Randy, it's predictable. They stayed home so the message wouldn't be twisted into fear porn for Fox News. But Trump said people love him. Let me ask you something. If a guy's so beloved, why does he keep ending up in protest history books? What do you mean? He's responsible for 3 of the largest protests in American history. That can't be right. It is. Right up there with Vietnam and Iraq. And what did those have in common? Wars? Exactly. So ask yourself, what kind of leader gets protested like a war? That doesn't make sense. Probably just some small towns. DC, New York, Boston, LA, Chicago, Houston, Philly.
Certainly. Oh, okay.
You
Yes.
said certainly what?
I said certainly, and then Bill cut me off. Certainly.
I didn't say anything.
Certainly, a couple of weeks ago, yes, the people were out in mass numbers. Heck, all you got to do is go back to his first inauguration. Look at the crowds that were in D.C. the day after. I drove through all that. The Women's March protest in D.C.
Right through the middle of it? What the hell?
Well, I drove through. They were all coming into town when I was driving through, coming up when I was moving up to New York, and it was quite a sight to see. The buses full of women with those funky little hats on, the pussycat hats or whatever they called them, and but yeah, he's got people up in arms. He's got people's attention regardless of the side you're on, whether you're whether you're just a dumbass follower or you're afraid of what's happening. You're out there protesting him. He's he's a touchstone. There's no question about it. Either way, he's got people's attention. And Bill just signaled for a touchdown. I must have missed the game.
Extra point was good.
Oh, that one.
I'm up in arms.
Oh boy. Oh, for the days of radio when I couldn't see any of this stuff. Ay caramba.
Well,
Ay Dios míos.
Dios, qué lástima.
I tell you one
pobrecito.
thing, watching Maddow's show, it's wonderful seeing all these protests that are in the going on in the different parts of the country and what have you. And it's amazing. Though he said something about small towns, he's right. There are some small towns. There are small towns here in Ohio that are protesting. Texas, Bill says there's small towns where
People are out and
they're
about all over.
Yippers.
And again, that
Yes,
was
they
3
are.
weeks ago. That was 3 weeks ago. I wish I could have gotten out there and been a part of it, but it's good to know that people are out there and they are up in arms. Bill, keep your arms down, please.
Call your congressman.
By the way, do you know the real reason eggs are so expensive? All the chickens
do tell.
all the chickens are in Congress. Oh, thank you. I'll be here all day. Tip your waiters and waitresses.
Who was it that was now I'm trying to think. Hakeem Jeffries and now I can't think of
Oh, now he done pissed me off. Now he done pissed me off. What the hell?
Bring it
Don't
down. So we can
never
hear
call
you.
me a Texan. No,
Easy.
No, never call me a Texan.
Bill, we can't hear you when you do that. Bring it down. Keep the outrage, but bring the volume down. Steve put
not a Texan.
Steve put in the comments, Bill, you're in Ohio. I thought you were a Texan. Just to clarify things, John's in Ohio. Bill's in Texas. Bill is a Texan, whether he wants to admit it or not.
No, it does not make me a Texan.
straight down to the Cowboys hat.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I had to kill you, Johnny.
There you
You
go.
the
Only
next Pope,
Texans,
dude.
Only Texans yell like that.
I learned it in Texas.
Volume.
I learned it in Texas.
He's giving you volume.
If you haven't
That's
been
right.
with us before, Bill has a natural gift of being able to project his voice over great distances. That being said, however, internet and audio systems do not like it. It just
Hulk
blows
smash.
everything out. Right. As far as our audio system is concerned, it is Hulk smash. We have begged, young Mr. Fancher. It's fine to be angry. It's fine to be upset, but you got to bring the volume down. Yell all you like, but there's a limit. Our system can only handle, and then it all gets blown out. Nobody knows what you're saying.
How is anybody supposed to know if I'm angry or not if I don't yell?
I'm not saying you don't yell, but you got to bring it down to normal people level. Hulk level bad.
You mean I need to back off to the other side of the room?
Cleveland, maybe.
Bill, I can offer you a suggestion there, Bill.
Or as they said in Tootsie.
Try sarcasm. Works for me.
Yeah, but he has a natural ability to project his voice and his presence, which he has yet to learn how to control. We need to send him to Professor X's mansion with the rest of the mutants that learn to control his powers.
Look, that was 31. That was 31 years of umpiring. I'm sorry, it's kind of ingrained in me.
I understand that, and we've talked about this many, many times. You blow the audio out. We can't understand what you're saying.
At least you hear me.
The audio.
Oh, we hear you. Oh boy, do we ever hear you? There ain't no question on that.
That's
Ain't no
not a bad
question.
idea.
What's that?
Get a sign that says angry, then hold it up when you're angry.
I love you, Steve. I love no,
That's a good idea.
Bill's been on this show about 3 years now,
Oh,
and it's good. It's like the coyote, like Wile E. Coyote with his yikes sign. That's what Bill needs is a angry. Bill's been participating with us about 3 years now, and it is. I don't get upset that he yells.
And a
It's just I
joy.
literally you can't. It just distorts everything. The electronics run for the hills. He hits volume peaks that are unattainable in nature.
And try this. When he does that again, just say, Bill, did you say something?
It's not about what he's
Oh,
saying.
no.
It's about
Oh no! Don't patronize me. That'd get worse.
no.
That's
I
what I
need him.
do. Bill, did you say something?
What we
I
need is
didn't hear
the
anything.
what we need is the passion to remain, but just bring the volume down just enough. Just enough. And there's
Where's the volume thing on my computer here?
it's in your throat, you nitwit. How many times have people said that to you in your lifetime? Dude,
I gotta
What?
work on that sign this week. I'll get with
You
the
do.
graphics department and work on that sign.
There is no graphics department anymore. Graphics department is gone. The audio
That's why I said
department's gone.
I'll get together with them.
Well, maybe you can get them work for cheap, but
It's
Ah.
possible.
it's not likely, but it's possible. Big old sign. But he'll yell when he holds it up. I know, Bill. I know this to be true.
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. There you go. I knew this was going someplace. Again, Steve, thank you very much. You've become an
I'll
invaluable
still
member of the
yell.
program today. Yeah, see, there he goes. There he goes. He doesn't know how to control it. That's his problem. We need to put a knob on him. We need to put a knob that we can,
There, I got your knob right here.
Hey now, let's try to be as best as we possibly can.
Watch out, he's opening the can of mushrooms.
Oh, for a can of soup. Oh, for a can of soup.
Hey, I did have mushrooms last week, man.
Oh. All right. Moving on to things that have. So let's settle down, boys. Let's settle down.
We'll carry on.
I'm trying to. That right there, that was funny. That was funny.
Carry on, Montesquieu.
Steve, you're correct. This is a family show, but it's the Manson family.
The Manson family. Yep.
Mansons,
All right.
they're our favorite viewers. What are you talking about here?
Easy. Or was it the Addams family? I forget. It's
You rang.
Addams family, one or the other.
Here's a little piece of Addams family trivia, TV show trivia. The guy that played Lurch, he also played Thing.
Cassidy?
Ted Cassidy.
Yeah,
he
I
also
know.
played Thing.
Yeah.
I just found that out. Oh, everybody's sitting there like, oh, this was common knowledge. We all knew that.
I
We
knew
all
that.
knew that. Oh, man. I find that very hard to believe.
I knew that too.
You did not, Bill.
He steps on the scale and he says, find that hard to believe too. So
Steps on the scale and it says one at a time, please. Oh, speaking of scales, I got some very good news this week. I went to see my endocrinologist, And I have been very, very concerned about my weight. I don't let them tell me my weight because I've been
Oh,
embarrassed. about it.
now he learns the word. Now he learns the word. Ask him about his doctor's occupation and see what he tells you now. Can you even pronounce it now?
She's my endocrinologist. There you go.
How long did it take you to practice that?
Atta
You don't
boy,
want to.
ask him where he learned that from.
I was off all week, so I had a full week. I'm
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 still
not
waiting for you to come back.
I'm not afraid to say Bill helped me with it. I couldn't think of the word, and I'm not a medical guy like some of us on this panel. Uh, by the way, Bill, did you ever have to get involved with the MRI machines? Bill,
No,
did
They're
no.
did
not
you know that?
portable.
Did you know that dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats cans? Cat
Yes,
scan.
I was waiting for
Get
that
it?
joke.
Get it? Cat scan.
I
So anyway,
I get them weekly.
Diane,
yeah,
bring Spooky in here so so Ed can look at the cat's asshole.
and
Should
that's
do a
how I tell the
CT.
jokes weekly. Anyway, so I'm at my endocrinologist,
Yeah, well,
and
that's true.
so I'm at my endocrinologist. We'll see how many times I have to start this story before I actually get through it. I think we're up to 4 now.
Well, carry on, Montesquieu.
Hold up a sign, Ed.
So I'm at my endocrinologist. There's 5, and they do all the.
Five.
So I'm at my endocrinologist. That's 6. So the nurse comes in, does all the blood draw and the weighing, and I don't look at the scale. So the doctor comes in and we're talking, and she's very pleasant. We have a nice time together. I have some questions for her. And she's looking at all the information on the computer screen.
Ask her what your AOC was.
All right, to be fair, I told Bill I told Bill this story during the week, and I mentioned my instead of the A1C, I called it my AOC.
Why am I not
But
surprised?
I did that intentionally. Come on,
Why
put your
am I
camera
not
back.
surprised?
Put your camera back on, Bill.
Yeah, you did it.
Put your camera
I
on.
can't.
There you go.
I'm crying.
My AOC is very my AOC is very weak, though. I mean, I don't have enough of my AOC.
You realize I'm sending her an
Add a little
email
Bernie
about
Sanders
you.
to it.
Just enough to make it interesting.
Uh-huh.
So my doctor,
Oh.
See some cradle robbing going on there, by the way.
so my doctor is looking at all the numbers on the screen and all that, and her eyes go big, and she says, "Oh, this is fantastic." I said, "What's that?" She says, "You've lost that the Ozempic is working for you." And it turns out I've lost a good deal of weight. I am. What bothered me was that I knew I was over 300 pounds. Well, I am now well below 300 pounds, and I'm not quite in the same physical fight and form as our president, but I'm the same height. And but that was what I said to
Who
her. Oh, I said
is?
not. She told me how much I weigh now, and I said, "Oh my goodness." I said, "I'm just like the president now."
So how long have you been using Ozempic?
I don't know, 8 months, 6 months, 8 months.
Now, the one thing I'll warn you about Ozempic,
Is that your microphone loves to scratch up against your
scratch
auto?
this.
Go ahead, John. Warn me.
The only thing about Ozempic is after a while your system gets used to it,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it doesn't do squanto for
I
you.
told Ed that too. I said, "What come
Well,
off
that's
that way? It'll come back to double. You're on
yeah.
it
Well, that's
forever once you're on it, just like that Monjuro and all the other stuff."
well. That's what she told me. She says you'll probably be on it forever, uh, and then maybe it's a year I've been on it now, and I've lost about 35 pounds.
Well, I mean that's good. If it's making you feel better, that's good.
It
I'm
is,
just-
and I'll tell you one thing that's interesting. The past since the beginning of fall, whenever I've worked, instead of I've started wearing suspenders because it's just easier than it's just easier. And now the past week or so, if I'm out and about not working, I'm actually finding I'm having to go another notch on my belt,
yeah.
which is and it's been a while since I've built. Okay, Bill, go ahead. Tell me how I'm wrong here. Bill's rolling his eyes.
I'm sorry. No. It just made me think. It made me think back to my X-ray days. I used to love doing X-rays on the chest X-rays on the guys with suspenders because they need to take them down to do the AP, and then they got to turn sideways, and I go, now put your hands up over your head, and whoop, down go the pants.
Pants would fall down. Yeah. But
it was like a comedy routine.
Yeah. But it's been, like I said, it was kind of a little surprise for me because, again, either I'm at home wearing, just my sweatpants or all that, or when I'm going out to work, I'm wearing the suspenders. It's just easier. I found it to be much easier, much more comfortable. But not working, I still use a belt, but I hadn't done that in a while. So, and I realized, holy smokes, I got a whole it's just a nice, pleasant surprise to know that I've been losing some of this weight. And my numbers were good. Everything is good. They were very happy with
Quit bragging.
And
well, let me tell you something, Ed. You lost it, I found it.
I'm sorry to hear that, John. As somebody once said to me years ago when I said, "Oh, I lost 10 pounds," they said, "Turn around, look behind you, you'll find it."
You'll find it.
Well, John, you're in the unfortunate situation where you're not able to get out there and be
I get no exercise at all.
Right. Now let's kind of get a little into the weeds here a bit. Are you doing any PT, physical therapy, or
physical therapy, occupational therapy?
Okay. Are they getting you up out of the chair and walking?
Walking is the issue with my balance, unfortunately.
Okay. That's fair.
I want to do pool therapy.
You want to play 8-ball?
Oh, I want to be the one to help you with that.
Pool therapy, water, swimming.
Oh, I was thinking
they roll him up to the pool and dump his ass in.
Actually,
float, you bastard, float.
Well, hold on a second. I was thinking more of the pool table. I'm thinking, well, gee, Minnesota Fat's here. It's hello, thank you.
Oh, come on. That was a long way to go for a cheap joke.
But it was right there. I couldn't not pick it up.
Actually, as I understand it, with pool therapy, they teabag you into the pool.
Well, you say it like you've never done that before. Yeah, we got Bill that time. I don't think Bill's going to make it to the end of the hour. We're going to kill that bastard today.
I almost did a spit take just then.
That's what we was aiming for. That's what we were aiming for.
Just teabag me into the pool. Between my AOC and teabagging me in the pool, I'm dying here.
The pool would be an excellent therapy for me, though. Seriously.
AOC would be excellent therapy for me. What's your point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And bring yourself to a local Queen's Tug and Thug or Rub and Tug. Excuse me.
Oh God,
Get it out of your system.
a rub and tug,
So to speak.
Oh.
And so, John,
Exactly.
after they
That was a
teabag
small
you,
one had to do by hand.
that's a punchline to a very good joke. I know that joke. We are bad people. We are just bad people.
What you got, a mouse in your pants?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, and here he is.
Yeah, well, that's where you're getting the we because
Our former boss.
who is it, Mickey Mouse or Ricky Rat?
Either one.
You guys are killing me.
It's working. Our plan is working. Then, if it's good enough for the Pope, it's good enough for you, Fancher.
You evil bastards.
That's Mr. Evil Bastard to you. Remember, you can't spell evil bastard without Ed. Keep that in mind.
Without Ed, I don't know how, but okay.
Evil bastard. Spell it without ED.
I know. I'm sorry.
And by the way, speaking of ED, I'm getting a little tired of the rest of the planet constantly referring to the worst thing that can happen to a male as ED.
Oh,
It's not Ed. That's insulting to me, Mr. Sullivan, and Mr. O'Neill, and all the other Eds out there. Okay? Take your limp you-know-whats. Find another name for them. Bob Dole, I'm glad. Good thing he's gone out there talking with his one good hand. Hey, Bob, I'm sorry you needed 2 popsicle sticks and some tape to get that soldier to salute. But enough of this ED stuff.
Yeah, here's my
Por
Bob.
favor.
Here's my best Bob Dole.
Yeah. You're right there, too.
Yeah.
Listen, Mr. Lipton, I call you that because you're going to be teabagged. Well, we've certainly gone off the tracks now, haven't we? This is the equivalent of a school bus with baloney
The only
tires on an
problem
icy
is,
road.
I know what he's talking about, and I can visualize it.
You talking about Bob Dole?
That's the problem. I can visualize him. No, Johnny being loaded up into that damn.
Yeah.
Shook out over the pool and teabag.
Yep. Absolutely.
Just keep dipping him in.
Be a giant teacup like one of those Batman villain traps, just dip them on in there.
Exactly.
I don't think Bill is going to make it to hour 2. Look at those cheeks. If you're watching us on video, if you're watching us on video,
oxygen.
Yeah,
Sorry.
look at his cheek. Look at Bill's cheeks. They are literally red. They are stoplight red. He is about to explode, and this isn't going to be good for anybody within 100 miles of Waco Falls or International Falls.
No, that's for damn certain.
It's not going to be good news.
Waco
all the way in
Falls.
Columbus, Ohio, if he does.
Oh. It could happen.
I think it's gonna happen. I need to get a little money on that one. That's on the way.
Good Fabra. Good Fabra.
All right. Are we all ready? Are we all take a moment now? If you want to join in on this, I don't know why you would. I don't know why you would. The phones are down today, but feel free to comment on. If you're listening to us on the Radidio, go over to YouTube and like, subscribe, all manner of good things.
We got a crowd watching us now.
We have some.
I guess
folks
word
watching
must have
us.
got out that I was losing it on air.
I think Barb just wants witnesses for the insurance company.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this would the insurance papers.
It's AOC and Bernie watching. Oh, that was.
Yeah,
That-
I can
that
hear.
was-
I can hear poor AOC saying, "This bastard's got the hots for me."
Hubba hubba. I think that's her reaction is going to be hubba
Poor
hubba.
woman. I swear to God.
Hey, she's my representative in Congress, sir.
Hey, she might be my president.
Yeah, but when you retire and move, you're going to lose that.
Not if she makes me an offer.
I have to think about that.
The silence is deafening.
I'm hearing crickets, actually.
A simple phone call
Hearing something.
not only could change my mind, it will change my mind.
You can't
I'm just
even
trying to
answer
settle
your
down
damn
here.
phone.
I can answer my real phone, not this thing.
What the hell are you doing over there?
We're doing a radio show. Oh, there goes Bill again. Bill doesn't understand. He just comes and goes and goes and comes. And I wish I could be. Well, I used to be like that in my 20s, but that's neither here nor there. He doesn't turn off his audio. I don't know if he's changing. And there you go. There it is. There it is. He's checking on his teabagging. Did you teabag the cat?
Bring the cat up
just needs
there.
a couple
next to
minutes.
him. Bring the cat up there right next to the camera.
John is gonna. Go ahead.
I remember when my cat.
He wanted out. So
when my cat used to get up on the table right next to the laptop and
those are the days.
Give Ed a grand view of the Grand Canyon there.
Those are the days. Those are the days back when it was just John and I, and it was just an hour of
anal sphincter.
The not the only sphincter in the human body.
Oh, anyways.
Oh, we brought that to a screeching halt, didn't we? Boy, oh boy, you can smell the brake pads burning.
Pretty much.
We stopped
Here.
that pretty quick.
I'll give you something to make you smile. Hold on.
We came this close. Only 10 minutes to go till the break. Oh, we were there. We were right
Well,
there.
Oh no.
Anybody want to ride with me down the Fuckahoe
here we
Brewing
go.
Company, down there on Fuckahoe Trace and Ornicott Road? Hell, we can go swim in the Fuckahoe River, not far from Titty Ho, or the slow children with the ice cream are hard to find. Shit, if you want to, we'll go down this road till we see two of them on the same side of the seesaw, and maybe even find some with no shoulder. Get us two separate rooms down at the Fuckahoe Inn by the dangerous Intercession. Then if we see the hummingbirds toting people off or Superman flying, shit, we gonna turn around and go back the other way.
Back if I was you.
By the way, the road sign, the ZZXY, that's
in
real.
California.
That is real. That is very
know.
much real.
It's in California.
I passed that on a road. You're out in the middle of nowhere.
So have I.
You're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Well, thanks for that, John. That was
Passed it too. It hurt
John-
like hell.
John continues his streak of not playing anything that doesn't have at least 17 swear words in it. Because the censors got fired. There's nobody
They should
left
be
to-
fired.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
so
they've
what
been
the hell?
Everybody was let go. We're barely hanging on by a thread here, and they're thinking about taking the thread back.
We did take it to Congress, take it to the Supreme Court to get him recalled.
Careful now if you're a judge too, because now apparently you can be locked up.
Yeah,
If you
no
disagree-
kidding.
If
Yeah,
you
you could be
disagree,
arrested for just the whim.
For
Once ag-
all, go ahead.
once again, if you think the people in Germany back in the early 30s should have done something, now's the time for us to do the same thing. Is start
Oh,
doing something about it,
absolutely.
because it's coming, kids. It's coming. And remember, this damage is going to be here a long, long time. Chubby kid in the back with the tea bags. Go ahead, Bill.
No, I was talking to the guy at bowling Thursday night, and he was talking about how they should leave that guy down in El Salvador and everything else. And my buddy and I, we got all Jimmy's like, I don't care for either party, but I believe in due process. And we got talking to him. He's like, no, he's a criminal. Oh, you should. I said, no, wait a minute. You say he's a criminal because an orange turd from Florida told you so. I said, there is no proof. That's what due process means. And he's like, well, I said, okay, let me say this. I walk up to the police officer. I said, I saw you kill 3 people. Now they arrest you and send you to El Salvador. Is that right? Well, because I'm an American citizen. Apparently that don't mean crap. I said, I'm gonna send you to a prison and let you sit there and not give you a chance to repudiate what was said about you. That's called due process, dude. You're not going to get a trial. And he just like had a fit.
Sure, because you're presenting them with the facts.
2 words Trumpers do not understand: due process.
Yeah.
Also, God forbid I should do that. It confused him.
No. You, by the way, walk up to any of the Trumpers and say to them, prove to me that you're an American citizen. Prove it.
Here's my red hat.
Exactly.
Prove it. Show me
your redneck.
Show me your papers that you are indeed an American citizen. Where do you keep yours, Bill?
The only thing I have is a Social Security card, and
That don't
anybody
mean
can
you're
get
a
one of
citizen.
those.
That's right. So I got one.
Exactly.
I showed it.
They will come up to you and go, "Show us the papers, old man."
Old man. You know,
the papers, old man.
I've seen the on video, different videos and whatnot over the years. I see police will go up to people. What's your name, date of birth, and social security number? Why the hell do you need my social security number? There's no,
no, you don't need my social security number.
It has become the de facto national ID, but there's no reason for you to ask for that. But getting back to your bowling buddies, which is why I still don't understand why you haven't hit them in the head with a bowling ball, but
or a pin.
A pin. But it's
and actually, if the cop comes up to you and asks to see your ID, he has to have a reason for it. He can't just walk up and say, "Let me see your ID." That's illegal.
No. Well, actually, there are some states that do allow that, but for the most part, they just can't ID you because they want to. Now they'll give you grief on the street about it. You'll eventually win it in court, but and that's the problem.
Oh, of course they will.
You're right. We have the vampire Stephen Miller was on. There was a video clip of him a couple of weeks ago going on about, we should give every one of those people a trial and blah blah. Yes, as a matter of fact, yes, we should. Do we look? Everybody, once you're in the country, you have that right. You are entitled to that. Maybe I know with 99% certainty that you are the worst human being on the planet. We still have to go through the process. It sucks. Sometimes you just know a bad dog is a bad dog, but still you got to go through your thing. And
it used to be what separated us from the rest of the world.
Right. Not anymore. Not anymore. And even when this idiot is gone and all these idiots are
Apparently
gone,
not.
we're still going to have this is going to take us a long time to clean up. Going to take us a very, very long time. The rest of the world understands that we, the citizens of the United States,
Perhaps
don't want this.
Perhaps not.
And perhaps not. And perhaps not. Train of thought just went off the rails. I leave it to you two.
yes. Yes, it did.
Right off the rails.
Well, if you're paying attention to social media, most people in, say, Canada or whatnot in England understand that the American citizen, for the most part, is a pretty decent person. They do understand it. But you watch what's going on with Trump. I mean, this I tell you something. How the hell we let this happen is
You let
totally
this happen.
beyond.
You let this happen.
I did not.
Oh,
let this
ain't that the truth?
You let
Oh,
this
you
happen.
let it.
Tom.
You two did. I didn't have nothing to do with
Me.
it. You two did. No,
You
did.
two did. I was leaving you out of it, but now
No, you did.
who's your representative?
I had nothing to do with it. I keep calling
Who's
my
your
congressman. I keep calling. You want his phone number? I got it right. I posted on the air. You guys, Ronnie Jackson's phone number.
Fancher's got Ronnie Jackson. John's got Jim Jordan. I have AOC.
I don't have Jim Jordan.
You're close enough. You're close enough. You're what? One district over?
He's one district north of me.
That's on you. I hold you 100% responsible.
I can't help it that I don't live in the most populous city in the United States.
It's okay. My AOC is doing fine.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she
Yeah.
You know, the problem is I
Just
see
remember
Bernie
that shot is
Sanders.
subcutaneous.
I just saw Bernie Sanders walking behind her, getting ready to go up those stairs
Lucky
on the
bastard.
stage,
Lucky
and all of a sudden I see drip, drip,
Oh, don't. Bernie's
drip.
82. Give him a break, man.
Hey, an old man can drool. I can drool. What the hell?
Holy boy! Look at that!
And I don't need you talking about AOC like that there, Mr. Lipton, Mr. Teabag. You watch it,
Hey.
son. Wow. That got
We got
that
Jasmine Crockett down here, and she'll cut a bitch.
Yes. Well, that was
Is
loud.
that something resembling a gong? Holy Christ!
That is all right, kids. That's going to do it for us. For
Oh no!
hour
It sounded
number-
like sounded like the Bismarck got torpedoed.
Somebody knocked down the trash can.
That's going to do it for hour number one. Here, we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. As soon as one of these clowns does something that's blah. Anyway, we'll see you on the other side. Teabag.
TFI.
You found just killing time.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
On Radio TFI. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT. 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There were other things that bothered me. Perhaps it's retrospect, you know. I'm seeing them better now. But I think I was troubled, too, at the time by the fact that my church would keep changing rules. I mean, they change a rule anytime they wanted. This law is eternal, except for this weekend. Special dispensation. Magic words. Yeah, like eating meat on Friday was definitely a sin. Except for the people in Philadelphia. They were #1 in the scrap iron drive. Yeah. They would give it away as a prize, you know. If your parish gave the most money to the Bishop's Relief Fund, hamburgers on Friday. Yeah. Wow. And, of course, I've been gone a long time now. It's not even a sin anymore to eat meat on Friday. But I'll bet you there are still some guys in hell doing time on a meat wrap, right? Gotta be there, yeah. I thought it was retroactive. I had a bologna sandwich. This guy had a beef jerky, right? Huh. How much I had? How'd you like to do eternity for a beef jerky? Yeah, because hell wasn't no 5 to 10, you know. Hell was later. Heaven, hell, purgatory, and limbo. Those were the 4 big places to go. Yeah. Heaven was the only one they showed you pictures of. Drawings, I assume they were drawings, right? Artist's conception of heaven. You'd find that sometimes you'd find that in Treasure Chest, the comic book with Chuck White, the Catholic comic book. Yeah, Chuck White fan. Yeah, occasionally you'd see a picture of heaven. Heaven was always a lot of yellow and white light, a lot of vertical lines. A lot of clouds, might have been apartment buildings, you weren't really sure, you know. And a lot of tall angels. Did you ever notice that? Except for the cherubs, all the angels, real tall dudes, yeah. And all blonde. They had far too many blondes in heaven as far as I was concerned, yeah. Hell, they never showed you any pictures of hell. Hell was real easy to understand. Hell was fire, and anyone can dig fire, right? Yeah. Hey, hell is like burning 100 Christmas trees and jumping right in the middle, you know? Purgatory was weird. Purgatory was temporary hell. It was like it was as bad as hell, but you knew you were going home, man. Often wondered if they had like short time clubs in purgatory, you know? Little buttons. I'm short, 2 eons, man. Yeah. I could do an eon standing on my head, man. Purgatory. The weirdest of all was limbo. Limbo was where they sent unbaptized babies. The reasoning was it wasn't their fault. Yep. Can't see God if you're not baptized, but you were too young to make the decision. Whip them into limbo. Oh. What could limbo have been, man? Welcome to limbo. I think they've since canceled limbo. I'm not completely sure, but I think when they purged a few of the saints, they called off limbo, too. Yeah. Hope they promoted everyone, sent them to heaven, you know, didn't just cut them loose in space, right? You know.
All right, kids and kittens, we're back. It is You Found Just Killin Time here on the Radio TFI streaming network. Coming to you from the abandoned Radio Shack in the shadow of the former Radio TFI executive tower. I'm Ed, they're Bill, one's John. The one that's John is sitting almost off screen because he moved his chair. John, you're way off. You gotta.
He's been teabagged.
Yeah. Unfortunately, John doesn't watch the show.
I had to use the restroom. Okay,
that's fine. Just
take a bit.
Anyway, we're back, kids and kittens. We've all checked our AOC. Seriously, John, can you move over or move the camera
Which way?
to your right?
To my right.
To your left. To his left.
Fine, whatever. Move it one way or the other.
Yes, to your other left.
Which would be his right.
Move it that way, dog.
All right. Here we go.
You guys are a royal pain in the bit.
Just move the camera, John. Just move the camera. Nice legs. Nice legs.
Holy shit!
Just come in a little closer. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to go about the show.
No, please,
here.
just stop, man. Stop.
I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to move on. I've seen more than I really needed to see. Anyway.
Quit looking.
Well, he's got a solid.
I can never unsee that.
He's got a valid point there. He's got a valid point. I have a massive headache. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do the. We still had one in the vault on this date. We're gonna whiz through and talk about who was born on this date and who was.
Well, I had to take care of Wiz too. So.
On this day in 1946, the first radar was installed aboard a commercial ship. It was not the Titanic. There was sound that went with that too, and it was just exactly that. But it's on this day in 1953, wrestler Freddie Blassie coins the term "pencil neck geek." Bill's shaking his head as if, what's the problem, Bill?
Oh no,
classy Freddie Blassie.
That's your boy.
Oh, radar don't make that sound.
This is boy, this is unintentionally topical. This date in 1965, R.C. Duncan patents Pampers disposable diapers. And
you better be careful. I'll drop this goddamn diaper right in front of you right there.
Kids, you either saw it or you didn't.
No.
Born on this day in
1790. I'm going.
Born on this day in 1791, Samuel Morse. Born on this day in 1822.
The Titanic just sank.
Born on this day in 1822, Ulysses S. Grant. Yeah. What number president was he, Bill?
What did you say? What year? What year did you say he was born?
1822.
John, did you not hear him say 1922?
Do you think I listened to him?
He hasn't listened to this show.
Nobody listens.
He hasn't listened to this show since we started it. By the way, what number president was he? Anybody? Bueller?
Let's see. Bueller? I think Grant was 19 or 20.
Oh, you were right on target.
20.
First one. Nope. You had it.
18.
Too late. Born on this day in 1900, the lovely, the talented Walter Lantz. What do we know Walter Lantz from? It was 18. Walter Lantz, creator of Woody Woodpecker.
The hell was that? Oh.
Now, speaking of 1922, born on this day, Jack Klugman. Known for
Felix
the
on the
He played Oscar Madison. He was also in the original version of 12 Angry Men. Great movie. Great courtroom drama movie.
Actually, the one I liked him the best.
Yeah, it's what I was
when he did Quincy.
What was Quincy's first name?
I don't
They
know.
actually said that it was shown one time. It was shown one time, and it was by mistake. They asked to show his ID, and it said John Quincy, and you never saw it
Really?
again, and you never heard it again.
I thought
Huh.
it was doctor, but
You know what his last name was, don't you?
Mhm.
Me.
Quincy me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quincy M.E.
Oh,
come on, Ed.
oh, oh! That
John's
not
on a
only hurt.
roll today.
Yeah, because he's in a wheelchair. That not only hurt physically, I can smell
Yeah,
it.
that's
Oh,
exactly it. That a boy, dog. That's
woo! Born in
Glad
this
I could
day.
help.
Yeah, thank you. Born in this day in 1932.
yeah, no kidding.
Casey Kasem. Is Don on the phone?
Can't come out of this with a damn dog.
Turning 77 today. The lovely, but a member of the Forever 21 Club. The lovely, the talented Kate Pearson from the B-52s. She's the little short one. B-52s, Rock Lobster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Turning 73 today. Oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot. Ace Frehley.
Oh yeah.
73 years
I've known
old.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all in
Yeah.
their 70s. They're all in
So,
their
yeah.
70s now.
It hurts, doesn't it? Finally, turning 37 years old today. The one, the only, very talented young lady, Lizzo.
Yes.
She's a very talented young
I
lady.
actually like Lizzo, really do.
She is very funny. She is she's just she's a gas. She's a gas. Something that came up in the news. Did you hear about the kidnapping at Yankee Stadium?
No.
It's fine. He woke up.
Excuse me?
Boom, boom.
Bill, you want to explain
Yeah, na
that
na
one to him?
na 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 na. Good day.
I'm going to do this again for you, John.
No,
Pay
no,
attention.
no. I don't have. I do not have my pliers with me. I cannot extract this tooth. I'm sorry.
John, did you hear about the kidnapping at Yankee Stadium?
No, I did not.
It's fine. He woke up.
It's fine. He woke up.
Kidnapping.
Napping.
Here's an easy one for you, John. What's a fly without wings?
Moving on. This is starting to hurt.
What's a fly without wings?
He ain't flying.
It's a walk.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
I got one more.
Oh.
Milk is the fastest liquid on earth. It's
No,
pasteurized
no.
before we can even see it. Boy, I wish you'd let me finish some of these things.
I'm glad he's not.
I'm going to do it again. Milk is the fastest liquid on earth. It's pasteurized before we can even see it. The silence is deafening. It's deafening. Well, you know, you want to be a teabag, that's what's going to happen. So pre-show.
Teabag.
As we're all gathered here in the abandoned radio shack. I've had in my head for the past couple of days, I've had an earworm. I've had King of the Road stuck in my head.
Oh, here it comes.
2 hours of pushing broom, rents a 8x8 4-bit room. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the Road. So then to spite me, or was it to get it out of my head? What was it, Bill? What was it you
Try to
threw
get
out
it
there?
out of your head. Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Baby,
That
and
don't
I
clear your
countered
mind.
with,
Nothing will.
and I countered with, "It's a small world after all. It's a small world
Uh-huh.
after
I
all."
go, okay, you win, you win, you win.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and
Round
round,
and round.
round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long.
See, now that wasn't a song, but the earworms. Let's talk about earworms for a minute. If you got a favorite one or a hated one,
What are
put
you,
it in the
RFK
comments now.
Jr. now or what?
Yeah, well, yeah, we're looking for a mate for RFK's brainworm.
Yeah, put
What
it in the comments.
Small World is one of the most worldwide hated and loved tunes. Because you get that in your head, man, especially if you're in Disney. It ain't going nowhere.
If you loved it, if you loved it, all you had to do was get on that ride at Disney World. At the end of that ride, you hate that sumbitch.
Oh, no question. No question. And the thing is, even if you've never experienced the ride, you already know the song. You have heard it in various places your entire life. People just talking about how much they hate it. I didn't go to Disney till I was an adult for the first time. And I got on that ride and it was like, holy smokes, there's the little puppet singing It's a Small World. And apparently Bill's getting a food delivery.
What is she, DoorDash?
No.
Oh, she made it for you. It must be nice to have somebody to take care of you. What do you got, Bill?
It is nice to have somebody to take care of you.
Show us what you got, Bill. What you need now is the little stick to hold it up. You got to do the full. All right. Anyway, back to earworms. All right. Boy, she's very good. For those of you, if you're listening on the Redidio, Bill's lovely and talented wife made up the signs that Bill was talking about earlier, because Barbara Fancher is just a lovely, lovely human being, and he does not deserve her or to even be in the same zip code as her. That's right. I said it, and I meant it. I said it. Anyway, what else? What else sticks in your mind? Anything come to mind that?
What else sticks in my mind?
No, I don't want to know what sticks in your mind, because I know why it's sticking. I know what's holding it there.
Please no.
Here, you want a earworm? Here you go.
You need some fucking tweezers to put that little thing away. That has got to be the smallest dick I have ever seen in my whole life. Get the fuck out of here. Eeny weeny, teeny weeny, shrivel.
By the way, kids and kittens, just so you know, all of this stuff is coming from John Shannon.
And thank you very much.
So we management has nothing to do with any of that. We're doing the best we can, just trying to get lights on here at the. Meanwhile, Bill's getting high off his signage.
Hey, man.
Nothing like magic marker.
Wow,
man, she's man. It's like getting those mimeograph papers when you're in school.
Oh,
I was just gonna say, why don't you just have a mimeographed off a couple of 100 pages? Oh, I used to get to
hear a bunch of 8-year-old kids just sniffing their test papers.
Oh, yeah.
They let me do that in school. I'm telling you.
They let me do it too. Run the machine. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It shows for both of us.
Now it explains a lot.
Yes, it does.
It sure enough explains a lot.
Ah, sure enough. I show any more, it'll be indecent.
I'm a hooker.
You guys. Well, I guess we're done with earworms for now. Bill, I was very disappointed. I thought you might stick around for the.
Apparently,
for the
nobody gives a rat's ass.
Nobody gives a rat's ass. But I thought you'd stick around and to see Carlin. We put up him talking about religion, because the Pope is dead.
Oh, I know. I love that. Welcome to
Guy-
limbo.
Guy's doing eternity on a meat wrap. I had a bologna sandwich.
On a meat wrap. And a bologna sandwich.
Speaking of bologna sandwiches, this is big, huge news, kids and kittens. I don't know if you were aware of this, but Boar's Head brand had a big to-do in the past year. Listeria and some of their some of their products weren't available, including my beloved Boar's Head bologna. I have been eating it since I'm a little boy. I love it. I never say no to it. Well, it's been unavailable until 2 weeks ago. It's back.
Oh, is it back now?
Exactly.
Oh, it's back. It's back, and I got that first.
I went back.
I went to the deli counter. They said, "Oh, it's back." I said, "Great." So they slice off that first slice and they hold it up from a
Just
distance.
give me the whole damn thing.
And I always tell them, no, you got to bring it over here. And I always take that first slice and I munch on it. So I don't let them know if it's thick enough or not. But that first slice, I inhaled it. Suddenly I was 4 years old again at the grocery store.
I love going to a butcher counter like that and getting meats and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah. But now that my bologna is back, I mean, I've gotten it every week now for this is the third week in a row. And I'll ease off on it. Usually I only get it about once a month or so. But right now I'm just enjoying the fact that it's back. And as soon as we're done here, there's a bologna sandwich in my immediate.
There, Ed's gonna lather up the bologna, and here he goes.
I am seriously considering buying a deli slicing machine and buying just the full thing of.
You know what? Those things are great, but it's just like being in shop class.
Oh, I know how to clean them and take care of them.
Be the teacher with one less finger.
Oh no! I've worked.
That's
at
not
delis.
the problem.
I've run those machines before, but I'm thinking about it. Maybe when I retire.
That's why he can't flip me the bird anymore. He's been using the goddamn bologna.
That's it. Your shop teacher. Hey.
I went to parochial school, sir. We did not have shop teachers. There was no vocational training. It was all academic.
Oh, boo-hoo!
There was no shop.
That's communism.
It was Catholicism, actually, is what it was.
They didn't teach any civics classes.
Which not too far off.
In Wichita Falls, I can tell.
Well, what happens in Wichita Falls?
They had civics classes?
Stays in Wichita Falls.
I don't know. They must have failed.
We had government and civics.
We didn't have none of that.
But you got to remember, there's a bunch of Texans. It's like trying to teach a goat to sing. It didn't work well.
Here's what we had in high school. All boys Catholic high school. You had to wear a jacket and tie all year long. That was the uniform. You could wear a little suit or a sport jacket, but you wore a jacket and tie. The first part of the year in September, and then you got into the later, like at the end of the year, late April, early May, when it's starting to get warm, you'd have some unseasonably warm days. If you were lucky, your teacher would allow you to unbutton that top button. If you were lucky, they would let you take the jacket off. I had teachers that wouldn't. You had to stay in the jacket with the tie all the way up. That's because you're going to be businessmen. Businessmen. They said to make
Sister
men
Mary
out of us.
Discipline and her steel ruler.
No. We were long past the nuns at that point. We had lay teachers and the Irish Catholic Brothers, ICB, International Child Beaters.
You got to lay teachers?
We got the lay teachers. My first lay teachers are what they call civilians. Lay teachers. Let me see. I had a nun in first grade and lay teachers in second and
I
third.
didn't get none in first grade either. Don't feel bad.
Yeah. And Sister Ann, first grade, Miss Kintanar in second grade, Mrs. Van Overhagen in third grade.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, she had a mustache. She was mean. She was very mean.
I bet she did. A little short mustache, hair parted off to the right.
Is this how she got your attention?
You know what? Thinking back on it, she may have. She didn't even attempt. I remember the first day of class with her. So we were what, like 6 years old, 7 years old, and she, her name was written up on the blackboard, and none of us knew how to read script.
Take up the whole blackboard.
Yeah, and so she says, "My name is Mrs. Van Overhagen or Hagen."
I yelled out and said, "I'm sorry."
We were in third grade. I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, her name is like mine. I'm a Van also. She's Van and I'm Van." First thing she says is, "You can forget. You'll never be able to pronounce the whole thing, so you just call me Mrs. Van." I'm thinking, okay, I can do that. That's, she talked down to us right from the start. And, but I somehow managed to get through that year.
You mean she didn't walk in? She didn't walk in the room and go, "Come on, rounds."
Uber Gruba.
I remember my third grade teacher in Kansas City. It was a good-sized black woman by the name of Mrs. Milgram. And this woman had a look on her face. All she had to do was shoot you a look.
Yeah.
That was it. You doing something out of line? Shoot you a look. Oh my God.
After Mrs. Van
dark off of
Overhagen,
chocolate.
Fourth grade, I had Brother Caffarella, who was very calm, very nice. Then Brother Vollmer.
Hey, bro, what's up?
And Brother Vollmer, who was the most explosive. You talk about a temper. And he was built he was a little guy, but he was built like a brick, you know what.
Really?
Oh, he had an explode. You bold
Really?
and Baresi boy. That's when he was upset. You bold
One of my
and Baresi
peeps.
boy. And you could set the tiniest thing would set him off. And then sixth grade was Brother Donahue. And then
Bill?
Brother Badgley, who was a nutball. And Brother Simone in eighth grade. Brother Donahue in sixth grade, we saw him. We were in the schoolyard first day of school. So, of course, you're with the same bunch of people, the whole way through. So, hanging out with our buddies, and, you're wondering who's the teacher this year. And we see a couple of the brothers talking, and some of them we recognize that have been there. And that must be an eighth grader. Well, that eighth grader was our teacher. He was young. He was very young. And even we, at 12 years old, could see he was very, very young. And I got stories about Brother Donahue. Holy crap. Nice guy. But that was Catholic school. We were on the third floor, the boys. Girls on the second floor, and all the rats in the little younger grades. They split us up, boys and girls, after third grade. I think I've lost you guys. John's on his.
I'm listening. I saw something here that might have indicated that we got a reply on the Twitter box, but
well, Once again, we're here. If you're listening, we can come on over to YouTube, like and subscribe, put a comment in. You know, talk about whatever we've been talking about. You want to talk about your AOC? I'm more than happy to. We want to talk about John's off-kilter camera. We're gonna have to work something out here. I'm gonna have to. I got to do something with you, Shannon.
We can work it out.
We can work it
We
out.
can work it out. You
By the
do
way,
it
I
my
did.
you do it my way, it'll be worked out.
Which has been pretty much the standard for lo these many years. It's John's way is the way. Isn't that correct, John?
Exactly.
Exactly. I miss the days when you ran the show and I could just sit here and do nothing. Make fun of you. Bill, you're awfully quiet right now. I think we're about to lose Bill. He seems to be
I'm
dozing
sorry.
off.
That last story kind of dozed me off, man.
And that's the one you don't
Plus, I'm
interrupt
getting
me on.
high from this. I'm still getting high from the sign Barb brought in, man.
I didn't know magic
Hey,
markers did that anymore.
oh yeah.
Whoa, holy crapperoni, man.
Not ones you can send to school.
Well, I wouldn't know about any of that.
No, you take this one to school, even the teacher come over and talk to you.
Yeah, no kidding.
I spoke to somebody. I was on a job last week, not last week, week before, and I was talking to one of the crew people, and she was on spring break. She's a teacher, full time, but she's just doing some part time work, and it's a whole different thing. I was talking to her about. She teaches in public school, and I mean, public schools are always a little looser than Catholic schools. When I was growing up, we had a public school
A
literally
little
across
more
the street,
loose.
and your friends would all, it was just we were all friends. We just went to two different schools, and we just could not understand that they didn't get hit for anything. Teachers didn't, even in the 60s and 70s, it wasn't so bad. Of course, now you can't even look at a kid with a cross-eyed without somebody whenever this comes up about Catholic schools and all that, especially with people younger than me, I first thing I say to them, it's all true. Everything you've heard, it's absolutely true. Well, you're talking about people getting hit. Yes, they beat us with whatever they could find. Brother Donahue, my 6th grade teacher, I became his quote unquote pet, his favorite. I mean, he did shit to me in the classroom, but they would cook up punishments. You'd have to stand there holding 2 or 3 books in each arm and keep your arms extended. I've talked about this one before. Sink the battleship. We had these beautiful oak doors on our classrooms, and on the inside, the classroom side of the door, Brother Donahue had a poster of a battleship taped up. Your mission was to start at one side of the classroom and run headfirst into the battleship and sink it.
Oh dear God!
Yes,
So
sir.
much be careful what you ask for.
Yes, sir. And there was nothing we could do
Oh
about
my
it.
God,
Nothing.
we didn't play that bad in football, for Christ's sake.
There was nothing.
At least
could
we
do
had
about it.
helmets.
Yeah. I've talked about Susie the Strap, which
Well, you
was
can hit the battleship and pass out.
Oh yeah, well, well, you had to keep doing it until you sunk the battleship, which of course you couldn't do. But
Or
we
you
had
pass out.
Susie the Strap was about. This is a 1 foot rule.
Susie
I
the
was going to say,
Strap.
did she
Susie-
wear a strap on?
Susie was made out of cat's paw shoe leather. Okay, and about 1 foot long.
Oh Jesus!
Maybe that thick, and at the end it tapered off into a handle.
It was a strap on.
And it was shared amongst all the classrooms, mainly just for the boys department. Very rarely
Oh, yes,
do I
it
remember
was.
them. So you'd be told, go to brother so-and-so's classroom and get Susie. So you had to go and get your own weapon of mass destruction. And you get a couple of whacks on the butt, usually the hands. I got it one time. I had to take 3 shots, 2 in my right hand, 1 in my left. And I still remember it to this day. And we had to get, Billy Gately. Billy Gately, he got this strap so many times, he laughed at them. Go ahead, go ahead, I'll go get it. You could stand there and whack him. The boy snapped. And he would laugh at them when they did it. But again, you couldn't go home and complain about it because the default mode was, well, you deserved it. Whack, you got hit again. 6th grade, 8th grade. Was it 6th grade or 8th grade? Anyway, during that school year, no, it was 6th grade. Earlier in the year, Susie had broken. I remember watching it break because it went across Billy Gately's backside.
Oh, no.
And it snapped. So Susie was out of commission. A cheer went up around the school. Billy was considered a bit of a folk hero at that point. So come Christmas time, and it's the last day of school before Christmas vacation. Some of the guys bring little gifts for the teacher, brother Donahue, and I won't say his name. I won't say his name, but one of the kids goes up and gives him a present, and he opens it up, and what is it? It's Susie 2. He had gone out, him and his old man, and had it made. And,
Susie 2.0.
Well, we didn't know from 2.0 at the time, but the gasp, the audible gasp in the classroom of the 30 some
Did he get his ass whooped on the?
I'm getting there.
Did he get his ass whooped in the parking lot after school?
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
John, you done with your phone?
No.
I'll wait.
You don't have to wait for me.
All right. Well, you're playing music.
I'm right here.
All right. So now it's
not interrupting.
So they let him go first because basically we're all going to kill him, and we're the first ones to know about it. So they let him. They gave him a head start of a couple of minutes.
Word spreads fast.
Word spread very fast. His older brother was 2 grades ahead of us.
Run, Forrest, run!
Oh, he ran. He ran. We chased him. Now, we were on 52nd Street. I lived right around the corner. My cousin and I lived right around the corner. He lived on 50th Street. It was 2 blocks. The entire 6th grade boys chased him home. And then word got around the school. There was a mob of kids in front of his apartment. His brother got home, and, his brother was my sister's boyfriend at the time. And the kid never came out of the apartment the entire 2-week Christmas vacation. When we got back to
saw
school,
him again.
No, we saw him again, but rules were laid down. We couldn't touch him on school property or on his way to and from school. And his brother or a parent or somebody he spent the next 2 years basically by himself because none of us wanted anything to do with him. Why did you do that? I still have never gotten a good answer. Why
They should have put him in witness relocation.
I'll tell you what. I heard things about him years later, and which explained a thing or two. But it was like, are you for real? His old man was a bit of a nutball anyway.
He had them big old Mick Jagger lips.
But I'm like, not just me, everybody. lower grades, upper grades. People, even his brother was like, why? Because eventually his brother was at my house, my apartment with my sister. I said, why did he do that? My father wanted to, it turned out it was the old man that pushed it. And the old man never, to my knowledge, the old man never saw the problem. The problem was your son was ostracized and, he had no
Oh,
friends.
no shit.
He can't do it. He can't
What
do it.
was the point?
We can't do what, John?
God have mercy.
Give him the buzzer.
There is
Yeah,
no
never
buzzer
mind.
anymore. There is no buzzer. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Told you that.
You can
It's all-
say shit,
Well,
piss,
shit.
cocksucker, all you want now.
I'd rather you didn't. But there you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
I just waved the green flag
Oh,
for John.
wow.
John to act like a 4-year-old. Yeah. So and it's unfortunate
Yeah, it's
because
like
the Scarlet Letter. I look back on it now, with a lot of time, and you realize what this did to this kid. To be ostracized, I knew what it was like to have somebody mad at me and a couple of guys not talk to me for an hour. Give you the cold shoulder.
Wait a minute, Ed, hold on. What
Yeah.
year was this?
19.
What year was this?
I'm thinking 1971, 70.
Okay, so it was before the shooting of the tower in Austin, Texas. So okay.
Oh, there's no telling what the Catholic Church caused because of things like that. But that,
Oh
as
man.
as I've thought about it over the years, that was a direct result of the capital punishment, the corporal punishment that the Catholic Church inflicted on us.
Oh, no doubt.
They still want to reinvoke that stuff.
Well, you know what? From somebody who went through it, I will say this: there is
Good luck
some
with that.
kids need a good whack. There's no question about it. Sadly, we're in a day and age where people you so much as look cross-eyed at somebody's kid, and they're ready to sue you, throw you in jail, and and all that other good stuff. Now, I'm not for child beating and all that. Look, I've been through it, up, down, sideways, and all that. But I'll tell you
I
what,
am.
a good whack on the ass, sometimes a smack in the back of the head. Sometimes you got to do it just to get somebody's attention. All right. My old man, well, don't
Red
get me wrong.
Foreman, he's my hero.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. My old man was not afraid to put a hand on us. Again, different time. But it was the fear of it. It was the fear of it
Never.
that kept us in line. Oh, you couldn't
Yeah.
get away with it,
Fear.
Well, that's the whole point behind corporal punishment.
the intimidation. John, the
My mother used
intimidation.
to beat me with a baseball bat, so I fear.
And you were afraid, right?
I didn't run from anybody.
Yeah, hell yes.
All right, tough guy. You didn't run from anybody. But here was for the rest of the world. It's just the idea of what's coming. It's fear and intimidation. That old trope. Wait till your father gets home. Yeah, because your old man, my old man, not only hauled ice, and then he started because he was a furniture mover.
Oh,
So when he laid a paw on you, you knew it. Trust me when I tell you. One of the rare times we were horsing around, he hit me with a glancing blow in the chin. I was about 14. Knocked me out. So yeah, you learn. He was like 5'6" or so, but he was built like a brick S house. He was bulky and he had arms and geez, I was petrified of him. We all were. Why wouldn't you be? I don't want him hitting me. God damn.
My mother carried a damn chain that was like the women's belts that they used to put on their dresses, for Christ's sake. I had to disarm. I had to disarm my mother. I was lucky. One thing I was lucky about is that I was bigger than my mother.
Eventually.
I had to disarm her, take that belt away from her, and throw it off the frickin' balcony.
All right, you and I were in very different situations because my old man, as big of a jerk as he was, he knew when to stop. Usually it
Well,
was one whack. And
my
then when
mother
it
would
came
usually do it during doing drunken rages. So
right, again, different well,
I was
different
going to
situation.
say there was a reason behind it. Yeah.
Yeah. My mother, speaking of mothers, my mother, who was all of 5 foot nothing, even when I got taller than her, to the day she died. I mean, I'm 6'2". I had a foot and change on her. I wouldn't sass her back. Are you kidding me? The woman petrified me when she got mad. And she never had to lay a hand on me. You know, I'm like I said, I'm a foot over her. It don't matter. It don't matter. We learned to respect mom, and mom would ball up her. It got really. It was to this day I still feel horrible when we got to be teenagers. My brother Mike and I. Uh, now we're bigger than mom, so she'd be threatening, screaming, yelling, and we're just laughing. She'd
yeah,
slap
like
us.
whatever.
Yeah, she'd whack us in the arm, and you laugh.
Yeah.
Which would just get her going more, you know. And I felt bad
Oh,
about it at
sure.
the time, but you're not doing anything. Then she come back with the broom or the mop. Yeah, now
Uh-huh.
you get bigger, my weapons get bigger.
You want a fresh one?
Oh, my mother could throw a slipper like it was nobody's business. Oh, let me tell you. And we used to think it was slick to do a hook slide under the bed, the way the apartment was set up. And then one day, I hadn't done it in a while. My mother's chasing me through the apartment. I do the hook slide, and I had grown, and I stopped. My hip got caught.
Whoops.
Oops. Oops.
And I look up, and there's my mother hysterically laughing because she's got me dead to her right. She beat the living daylights
Now you got
out
to
of me.
take the beating.
But before that, my brother Michael and I, we would do this hook slide under the bed thing, and we'd get all the way up to the wall. My mother couldn't get us; she'd have the broom under there. Until one day, the old man came home and he just flipped the bed right up. We tried it on him. He just flipped the bed right over. Yeah, okay, you got us, Dad. That's and I was living in a 2-bedroom.
We surrender.
We surrender. Oh no, there was no surrendering. There was no surrendering. You were going to take it like a man. There was no surrender. You will. One of the worst things my old man ever did to me. I was about 7 years old, and he just had me. He was watching football, and whatever I did, he just had me stand there next to him. Would not let me sit down. I stood there for seemed like days. It was probably like a half of football. And he just, I remember being whinging and crying and just blubbering and, Dad, can I sit down? Nope. You just stand right there. He was, at that point, I was like, just hit me so I can, I can move on and
Get it over with.
get it over with. He had no intention on hitting me. He just wasn't going to let me. He was lying on the sofa, enjoying himself, having a beer, watching football. And I just had to stand there and be miserable. And,
What'd you do? Walk in front of the TV?
honestly, if it's the time I think about that, I think it was. Again, he had the football game on, and I heard the announcer, and I didn't know anything about football. And I heard him say something, and I said, Dad, what's a TV pass? I misheard TD.
Uh-huh.
Set him off.
Son,
Stand here.
go stand in the corner till you're 39.
Not in the corner, right next to him. Right next to him. He wouldn't let me. We didn't play
Oh,
football.
no.
We're not a football.
Within
place.
arm's length. Yeah.
That's where I was, within arm's length. I don't think I was more than a foot away from him.
Uh-huh.
I think the one time he let me move was to go to the kitchen and get me a beer. That's when you had to open the can of beer,
See now, my mother was deadly with a spatula, and don't come in there during breakfast when she's flipping pancakes or something. You get the hot spatula right on the back of your leg. What?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing we survived it all.
So, Bill, what did Commander Fancher do to you?
Oh, he just used to kick our asses around the house. That was always the thing. Wait till your father gets home.
There
Here
you
comes
go.
the belt. One of them Navy belts too. Wow, 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 wow.
Now, did he
Being in a
swing
barber shop?
Now, did he swing the belt just out and open, or
No,
did
he
double
folded
it
in half. So you pop.
Oh, you had to have,
Stop!
yeah.
Oh yeah,
He double it up.
Just
You
double
had
check
to have the double.
Yeah, that's the traditional. If there
See,
was
now
distance, he would let
I
it-
did what you said one time. I was probably about 12 or 13, and he whacked me, and I go, that didn't hurt. And I woke up 3 days later.
Yeah, I never would have done that to my old man. My mother, yes. My mother, yes. My father, no.
Oh,
No. I knew better than to challenge
it
that
was a
man.
big mistake.
That's again, kids and kittens. If you were born after a certain period, yes, this is the things. You answered for your sins. You answered immediately.
This is what we had to deal with growing up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why
You
we're
wonder why
screwed
we're
up this way.
deranged.
Look at us. Look at us. This is where we are right now. Oh,
Well,
but now
like
stop
me.
and think. Oh, now stop and think about it. Do you think
Sorry,
you're
my
better
chair.
for it? I understand. Do you think you're better for that, or you think it would have been you would have been better off if
Oh,
they had just-
absolutely. Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
think if they had just sat you down and
no.
reasoned with you and Billy, why did you do that? Why did you feel the need
Help!
to cut the cat in half?
Oh, that would have worked. Yeah, sure.
Let me know by a show of hands if this line of questioning sounds familiar. Why did you do whatever it is you did? You got punished.
Do it again.
You got punished and questioned all at the same time.
The only time
At the
that
same
I deserved
time.
the beating I got was one time they busted me skipping school.
Okay.
That was the only time I did.
Ooh.
Otherwise, it was all liquor fueled.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a whole different thing, John. And
Oh. Yeah.
we just
I'm sorry, dog.
Well,
unfortunately,
but if you
unfortunate
think
for
about
you.
it, that's the reason why I am the way I am today.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question about it. And but it's look, as whether or not Bill and I look back fondly or in partial terror on how and why
It's a
we
little
were
bit of
punished.
both.
A little bit of both. And again, that was the idea, to keep them fearful, but understand why it happened.
Keep you on your toes.
Keep you on your toes. Do I wish there were certain times, there were a couple of incidents that I know for a fact the word overboard could be used. But it kept me in line. It kept me in line. I would look, as time went on, I became a teenager. And of course, being the oldest son, my old man and I, it was the classic, we butted heads. We butted heads when I was little, but I really didn't understand it, what I was doing, until I was a teenager. Of course, he wants me to do something. I'm going to go just the opposite way on it. And, your situation, John, again, it's a little bit different than Corporal Fancher over there and I, or whatever he's called. Oh no, your father was Commander Fancher.
He was a good man from what I remember.
Oh, he never hit you. That's
Yes.
why.
No, he was always
you,
nice to
you
me.
got him when you rolled. Yeah, he never hit you.
The only time I remember
He'd gotten too
pissing
old to
your
abuse
father-
anybody by then.
The only time I remember pissing your father off is I remember when I was staying with you guys, and they were getting ready to have kielbasa, as they call it, for dinner.
A lot of people call it that.
And that ring baloney shit used to give me headaches, literally. And I apologized. I remember telling him, I said, I can't eat that without getting a blistering headache. He wasn't happy with me. I guarantee you that.
Oh, I guarantee he was not.
You know, it's like we've
right.
said too.
How many?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm running behind, Ed. How many times did you try this little routine? Your mother say something to you, go, I know my rights.
Oh no!
I never
no,
said
no.
that.
No. No.
Oh no! Here was the answer to that. Here was the answer to that. You live in my house. You don't have rights. You have privileges, and they can be revoked at any time.
You know what I did one time? One time, I didn't ask to be born.
You want?
One time. I can tell.
Ooh, that one's really nasty.
I was in a
Did you
department
wait
store
later?
with my. I was in a department store with my mother. I was about 12 years old. I remember being on an escalator, and she turned around and she never hit us in the head, but she whacked me once so hard.
Oh.
I wished I had never been born at that point. I was. I'm still feeling it to this day. Oh no, that was. No,
That's that
was-
ringing you hear.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's not this. It's
Yeah.
oh man alive.
Every time Bill
See, I'd
yells,
have
that-
said something like that. I would have got the line. I'd have said something like that. I'd have got the line, the line that said, "Fine, I've made you once. I could take your ass out, make another one look just like you."
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness! All right, we're coming around the club. We're coming around the clubhouse turn here, kids and kittens. So before we get going here,
waving us in.
I didn't hear no goddamn gong.
No, you didn't hear a gong, John. I'm starting to ease us into it. Just relax. Your time will come.
Ease your next date into it.
Ay, Dios míos.
That's ooh.
Wait for it.
It's en fuego.
There.
All right, that's gonna do it for us, kids and kittens. That's another one on the old chalkboard. John, go ahead.
Another one bites the dust. Yeah, there you go. All right, remember, boys and girls, Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
All right, and once again, that's going to do it for us here on Just Killing Time. I'm Ed, they're John and Ed. John and Bill, see ya!
We've been reassigned.
TFI.